Okay, today guys I'm going to show you how to replace your windshield washer pump and gasket on an E60 BMW. This is a 525xi, but it should be the same for all E60s. What you're going to need is a few sockets. This is a 17mm impact for your wheel, to take your wheel off. You'll need a 10mm for one bolt and 8 for a bunch of the fender liner bolts. You'll also need a container for your washer fluid if you want to reuse it, a new strainer, and a new pump. So what you're going to do is take your wheel off after securely jacking up your car with proper lift points and jack points. You're going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8mm and one 10mm. This will allow you to pull back your fender liner and tie it back. Once you do that, you'll be able to get to your pump. Let me do that for you, and I'll be right back, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay guys, now you can see I just got a zip tie and zip tied it to the strut there. As with it pulled back, you can see your high pressure pump, and that's all nice and dry, and you can see my low pressure pump is currently leaking. This is a good time to inspect to see where it's leaking. Unfortunately, as you can see on mine, it just looks like the whole thing. So I'm not sure if the pump is correct or if it's leaking from the washer, but you can see it's dripping off the line here as well. So I'm hoping it's not leaking from the line and it's leaking from the pump and strainer. But I'm going to pull this off, and that'll start to spill your washer fluid. And that's why I got this jug. So I'm hoping that I can get a stream to reuse some of it. If you don't care about reusing it, you can just continue on to the next step and pull your pump out and go from there. So I'm going to try to do this with you guys on the camera. So you just go ahead and pull this out from the tank. And you see it's clipped in over here like that. I'm going to position that, move my light out of the way. If you didn't see my review on this light, guys, you should check it out. Got stuck to me. Okay. So here goes. Let's see if we can get it in the jug. So I'm going to go ahead and let it drain. The only reason I'm doing this is because I want to reuse some of this, so I'll come back with you guys when it's drained, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so now guys, you can still see some in the tank there, but it's barely dripping out, so I couldn't get any more in the bottle. So I'm just letting it go onto the floor right now. You could put a basin, I couldn't find a basin. But now you're just gonna pull out and lift up on the pump. Okay, there we go. There's that. I'm just gonna tuck it up in there for now. So now we need a flathead screwdriver, or actually this is so loose I can just pull that right out, and it's gonna bubble and make a mess and drain the rest of your tank. So this is the screen that was probably leaking. Get one of these for like $5. The pumps were like 60, so this is like a $70 to $80 fix. It's kind of interesting. This one's flat, where my new one actually is a bit rounded or peaked. But I guess I can go ahead and put it in now, but I want to clean out the gunk back in there, just to make sure it's nice and clean, has a good seal. So I'm going to do that with the rag once it stops dripping, and we'll pull the pump off. So to get this off, let's see, looks like you have to pull this tab out and then push up. Yep, so once you pull the tab up, it just slides right off. Here's the old pump. We're gonna see how easily that the old gasket slides over, and it's not all that easy, but it is a lot easier than the new one. So I'm wondering if that's what the whole deal was. Although I do see some blue fluid all over up higher, so the pump might actually be leaking. But anyways, I'm just going to toss it, and we'll clean this up here a little bit. Clean that up. Okay. I'm going to insert the new grommet right into the tank. Oh yeah, that's definitely a lot tighter. So push that down pretty good. You can see it in there. Okay. Then we're going to connect our pump, our new pump. Sorry guys, trying to do this with one hand. So it clicks. And now we can put it in. Like that. Okay. And connect this. Put our line back like that. And fill the tank up and check if there's any leaks. So I'm going to go fill the tank up top, and we'll come back and see if there's any leaks. Okay, I primed the pump and washed the window a little bit, and that way it gets all through the lines. I'm not seeing any, there's a little bit of water actually in this corner here. I'm hoping that'll dry up. But down in here, I don't see a drip at all. Obviously it might take a while to see if this actually fixed it, but if it was leaking from the pump or from that washer, it's definitely fixed. It'll just be from that line. That would be the only left possibility, but I think this is it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it sit here for a while, just to see if it's gonna be leaking anymore. Then I'll come back and put the fender liner back in. Last but not least, after it's not leaking, I'm going to go ahead and put all the bolts back in. Remember, this one's 10, and the rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, are 8 millimeters. Once you do that, put your wheel back on, torque it to 88 foot-pounds, and lower your vehicle back down, and you just completed the washer, pump, and gasket replacement.